What would you do if you had £500 a month to invest in 2026? Would you put it all in the stock market? Would you buy crypto? Would you keep it in cash and wait for the next crash? Or would you build a simple plan that could change your life over the next 20 or 30 years? Because here's the truth. Most people don't need a complicated investing strategy. They need to know what to do first, what to avoid, and how to stay consistent long enough for compound interest to work its magic. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I would invest £500 a month in 2026 if I was starting again, and I'll finish with the quickest way to change everything financially. Step 1, know your freedom number. Before investing a single pound, I'd ask one question. What number do I actually need to become financially free? Most people invest without ever knowing the destination, without knowing what number they actually need to never have to worry about work ever again. They throw £100 at the latest stock, 200 maybe, they buy a bit of crypto, they maybe even buy an index fund, maybe panic sell when the market drops. But real wealth starts with a number. Now let's say you wanted 40,000 a year to live comfortably. A simple way to estimate your freedom number is to divide that yearly income, 40,000, by 4%. So 40,000 divided by 0.04 equals 1 million. That means, roughly speaking, if you had a 1 million portfolio, withdrawn around 4% per year could give you that 40,000. This, by the way, is very simple maths and is before tax and fees. Now, this isn't perfect, obviously. Markets move, inflation matters a lot, taxes matter, but it gives you something powerful. It gives you a target. And once you have a target, investing becomes less random. You're not just buying things because someone online said they were going up, or maybe the lads at work told you about it, or even one of those crypto bros on TikTok. You're building towards freedom. So try and think about what income you need coming in every single year to be financially free. Step 2, build the emergency fund first. Now, before investing the full £500 every single month, I'd make sure I had a basic emergency fund, because one of the biggest mistakes beginners make is investing money they might need. Like the car breaks down, the boiler goes, you lose income, and suddenly you're forced to sell your investments at the worst possible time. That's how people lose twice. First, they lose the investment. Second, they lose the future growth that money could have created. So if I was starting again, I'd first build at least £5,000 in cash, preferably 3 to 6 months of living expenses, whatever that number is. That cash is not there to make you rich. It's there to stop life from destroying your investing plan, to keep them emotions away from your investing. This isn't financial advice, as always, but I do have 25 years of investing experience and I do actually care. Step 3, split the 500 into a simple system. Once the emergency fund has started, here's how I'd split the 500. I'd invest around £400 every month automatically. Then I'd keep around £100 aside as my opportunity fund. That £400 would go into long-term investments, index funds. The £100 would build up as cash, ready for market dips, bargains, or extra investing opportunities, like an AI stock that you've done research on, for example, and you really fancy. Something maybe to do with building data centers. Or you might want to invest into gold or silver, whatever it is. The thing is, dips will come. The market will fall. People are going to panic. And when that happens, you don't want to be scared. You want to be prepared. If any of this resonates, but you still need a bit more support, a bit of one-to-one support, you can jump on a one-to-one call with me where I can help you step by step. This would happen inside my private investing community on Skool, and the link can be found below. Step 4, start with index funds. Now, if I was investing £500 a month in 2026, I wouldn't start by trying to pick the next Nvidia, Tesla, or maybe Bitcoin. I'd start with index funds. Why? Because index funds are simple and they give you instant diversification. You can own hundreds or even thousands of companies all in one investment. The main reason for me is that index funds are stress-free, and it's by far my favourite way to invest. It's been one of my main focuses as an investor since 2019, pretty much since I started reading the books and learning about money, how money works, and investing properly. For most beginners, this is the foundation. Not hype, not guessing, not trying to beat everyone else. Just consistently buying productive assets every single month. If you're in the UK, I'd look at using a stocks and shares ISA first, because your gains and dividends can grow tax-free inside the allowance. But this is just the tax-free wrapper. Then I'd consider low-cost global index funds or ETFs. Something simple, something diversified, something I could keep buying for years. That's me just driving home the importance of index investing, by the way. But what to actually invest into? Well, if you want to know 5 of the most popular funds here in the UK, type index fund below in the comments. Step 5, automate everything. The real secret is not intelligence, it's automation. Most people don't fail because they don't understand investing. They fail because they don't stay consistent. So I'd set up an automatic transfer every month, ideally just after payday. The money leaves your bank account before you can spend it. Then it gets invested automatically. That way, you're not relying on motivation. You're not waiting to feel ready. You're not trying to time the perfect moment. You're just building wealth quietly in the background. Now, I keep things simple on here, on this channel, and I assume 10% returns when talking about index funds. This is based on historical data. If you can do this for 10 years, if you can invest £500 for 10 years, you are potentially looking at just over 100k invested. And if you want to know why 100k invested is a game changer, see below for a recent video. If you get 10% average returns and invest £500 a month for like 20 years, you are talking 379,000 invested. But if you have the discipline and patience to invest £500 every single month for 30 years, you're talking over £1 million invested. Let me know below what you do with £1 million. Step 6, use extra money properly. Now let's say you get a bonus, a tax refund, overtime money, or side hustle income. Most people spend all of it. But if I was serious about building wealth long term, I'd make one rule. 50% of any extra money goes towards my future, so investing. So if I got an extra 1,000, I'd invest or save 500. If I got 2,000, I'd put 1,000 towards wealth building. This is the opposite of what my wife would do because she is very much team YOLO. But then again, you could say I'm as tight as a duck's ass. Bit of balance. Anyway, you can still enjoy some of the money, but you also make sure your future self gets paid. That one habit alone can change everything. My biggest challenge with this channel, with this YouTube channel, is convincing people how important financial education is and long-term investing. Yes, it's boring, I do get it, but I've also seen what happens when people don't invest. My dad's struggling in his 60s, as I've mentioned a few times on this channel, but I know loads of people, far too many, all getting into their 50s and 60s, really struggling with money, or a lack of money, should I say. Step 7, don't wait for the perfect time. One of the biggest mistakes new investors make time and time again is waiting. Waiting for the crash, waiting for the perfect stock, waiting until they know everything, waiting until the economy feels safe, feels right. But the economy never feels safe. There is always a reason to wait. Inflation, interest rates, elections, recessions, wars, market crashes, bad headlines. Sorry about being a bit negative, but that's the reality of the world we live in. But wealth is built by people who take action anyway. Not recklessly, not emotionally, but consistently. The dip is a bonus and the plan is consistency. Step 8, invest in yourself. This is what I was talking about at the start of the video when I mentioned the quickest way to change the game, to change everything financially. If I only had £500 a month, I'd also think carefully about increasing my income because investing matters, but when you're starting out, your income is your most powerful wealth building tool. If you can increase your income by like 5,000, 10,000 or even 20,000 a year, that gives you far more money to invest. So I'd ask, what skill can I learn that makes me more valuable? Could I learn sales, project management, AI tools, content creation, video editing, a trade, a professional qualification? Sometimes the best investment is not another fund, it's the skill that helps you earn more money, increase your income for the rest of your life. And I have personal experience of this because in 2010, I wasn't happy as an electrician because I was struggling financially, living month to month. So I went back to college to get extra electrical qualifications. And 2 years later, I got into commissioning offshore, the oil and gas industry, and my income literally doubled. Anything is possible if you want it badly enough. That's what I would say. Summary. So if I had £500 a month to invest in 2026, I'd keep it simple. I'd build an emergency fund first. I'd calculate my freedom number. I'd invest automatically every single month. I'd use index funds as the foundation, as I always say. I'd keep some cash ready for opportunities if possible, and I'd use extra money to speed up the journey. Because financial freedom isn't built from one lucky investment. It's built from having a plan and following it for long enough. The The goal isn't just to make money, to get rich. The goal is to build a future where your money starts paying you back. And if you can do that consistently, month after month, year after year, your future self will thank you big time. If you want to know more about index funds, by the way, if you want to know how to buy them, what to buy, more info on how to reach your financial goals, see below for a recent playlist.